Hello everyone, my name is Whistler and welcome back to another episode of my hardcore series. Today I would like to build a wool farm, which is why I'm currently in this little glass hut in the middle of the lake, buying glass, because that's something I need for this build. It's to keep the sheep trapped in one spot, so that they can't escape. Hello sir, have you restocked? Yes you have. That might be enough. I hope it's enough. Now unfortunately, what I would like to do is also landscape the area down here, which means I have to move all of these chests up to the top of the cliff, and that is unfortunate, and because I've got so many chests down there and most of them are full, this is going to take like half an hour to do. It's just walking back and forwards, real entertaining stuff. But I do need some things up here. Specifically the dyes, well the flowers for the dyes, and I need glass, I need iron, I need observers, hoppers, well that's what the iron's for. And here's the last chest, just collect all of that stuff and then I'll break it because, well it's the last one, I don't need to stay here anymore. And there we go, done. Now unfortunately I also need a lot of iron for this. I mean I need 32 hoppers and 16 minecarts for what I want to do. Because I'm going to have like a separate module for each different sheep. And I also need a lot of gold too for golden apples. But the amount of iron that I need is a little off the charts. So this is why you need an iron farm. I don't have one of those yet, but I will work on one of those and at some point in the future. I've got something really cool planned for one of those. And I also need 16 dispensers. Means I should probably grab some of the bows here as well. And just convert them, as well as the minecarts and the rails, because we all know how irritating dispensers are to craft, and 16 of them is going to be a pain enough already. Yeah, one thing I would also like is a depth strider. So for that, I'm just gonna enchant another pair of diamond boots. I'm not going to try and force it out of the enchanting table, but on one book. So instead, I'll just try and get depth strider to appear, and I'll put that on the boots. So here we go, Unbreaking 3, Feather Falling 1. I'll just reset that and try and get it to appear. Although, perhaps the best idea would be to just go for the level 3 enchantment. So if I just go for that... Yes! Well, there we go. That plan worked. I now have Depth Strider. That's great. That's exactly what I wanted. Now I can do all of the swimming. Whistler, pro swimmer. And I think I'll call the boots something like the Wellington boots for the boggy weather. There we go. And now I also need to name the diamond leggings, so I've got a good name for those. These will be the wrong trousers. Classic. Now unfortunately I also need a lot of hoppers, so well 32 of them to be exact. And I also need a lot of minecarts. This is proving to be a rather large hit on the iron, and also it's very painful just crafting all of these. But unfortunately it is necessary for the farm I want to build. It's a really simple one, it's just a pain to craft. And I also need a lot of chests too, because I want some extensive storage for it, because this is just going to be running in the background for forever really, and at a very slow pace. I don't want to have to check it too often. So there we go, that's a lot of chests. And yeah, now I think I should probably show you how to build the wool farm in question that I have in mind. So let's get going with that. So for just the one module, you just need one minecart, one dispenser, one hopper, one observer, one piston, one lever, one rail, one redstone dust, and some grass as well, and some glass. I should probably not forget about those things. And I'll just clear out a little area here so that I have room to build it. And let's get going. So what you should do is you should put a double chest there to build this farm, a hopper that going into there. It's very easy. And you'll also want the rails, which I mentioned but forgot to take out. And then you can put the rail on top of that, surround it with blocks so that the minecart doesn't try to escape or anything like that. And this grass is going to be the grass that rejuvenates the grass that the sheep will be standing on. And just put an observer there. That's going to be checking the grass block that we put there. And a dispenser on top of that to shear the sheep. And a block there. And what you want to do is put a redstone dust there, so that it can power the dispenser, so that the observer can power the dispenser whenever it activates. And then you want to put a grass block on top of the dispenser and there, so that you can place a piston here, so that you can push the grass block into a minecart. So what you want to do there is you want to put the minecart here, and then you want to break the rail, and then if you activate the piston you can compress the dirt into the minecart, and job done. So now the only thing you need to do is surround it with glass and get the sheep in. It's that simple. Like that, it's a really simple farm. I don't know who first made this, but it's such a simple design that I just feel like anyone could come up with it. And you also need to put shears into the dispenser. That's something you need to not forget. Now you can use other transparent blocks that are also solid, but well, I don't know how many there are. You can attempt to use fences. They don't work very well here instead of glass, because I have noticed that the items get stuck on the sides and the minecart with the hopper doesn't actually pick them up. It's also possible that the sheep might eat off of the wrong block. But you can just surround the box with glass like this, and if you've led a sheep in there beforehand, then it will work as planned. So yeah, that's how you make the wool farm. And it's probably time for me to build this on a bit of a bigger scale, because I have 16 different colours to use in Minecraft, and I want one module for each one. So I'm going to have to build one of those. So I should probably tear all of this down again, shouldn't I? But yeah, how this works is the observer measures the, well, it reads the grass block that the sheep is standing on. Whenever the sheep eats the grass, the observer fires and the dispenser shears the sheep. And the sheep has just regrown its wool, so it's at the perfect time, because the sheep has just eaten the grass, and that's how they regrow their wool. They have to eat the grass. I know that there are probably other ways to build a wool farm that result in more wool, but this is the one that I want to make. But anyway, I think I should probably start a nice little time lapse for this build. I want to do sun landscaping, and I also want to build the full 16 module area for the wool farm, and I'll put all the sheep inside as well. So I hope you enjoy that time lapse. I hope you all enjoy. It's going to be a good one. Let's get right into it. And welcome back everyone. I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I just want to give you a little bit of a showing off what it all looks like, this landscaping. Oh yes. Oh, it looks the same as what I did last time. Okay, that's good. I've made a lot of progress on this mega project that I've taken on to transform this entire lake. Yeah, I like the look of this. I do like the look of it. It's like I've made that entire cliff. It's entirely different. It looks nothing like how it used to. Like, there is not an ounce of what it used to look like when I first landed on the shores of this place. And I love the fact that it's now, like, it's mine. Like, all of this is all stuff I've done. Well, until you turn around. But yes, this is a lot of fun. Let's do a micro project like this. Oh, there must be a cave near me. I should probably try to find that at some point and light it up, because I do want to build a creeper farm in the middle of this lake at some point. But yeah, this turned out really well. Now you're probably wondering how I get up this thing at the moment. Well, it's not really made for someone with no elytra, so I'll have to try and get that next episode. But so at the moment, how I get in is I have to go all the way around. I have to go all the way around the cliff, and unfortunately show everyone the underside of this thing. But I'll landscape the other side of the this drop so that there isn't just a floating platform there. Well, it's not entirely floating. Like, it's attached to a cliff, but it could be better, and it will be better. But yeah, to show off the wool farm, I have it over here. I have 16 different modules for each colour in the game. There's one sheep for each colour. Some of them have 1 shears, and some of them have 2 of them. And this has depleted me of every single iron ingot I owned. I keep having to go out mining more and more. There's actually a chunk down in the mine shaft that I mined out. Well, part of a chunk, really. It's like however high I could mine upwards from standing at the bottom of it. But yeah, so this is just going to whir away for quite a long time, and unfortunately the light grey wool does not come in nearly fast enough for the build that I wanted to do. So I've been using that as like a stone substitute, and I'm sure you can tell for the cliffs. But I ran out during that time lapse. I had to wait for it to get some more, and that was not a good thing. So I think, unfortunately, I'm going to have to build more sheep modules, and that means a lot more iron, and I just don't have any of that, which is most unfortunate. So that's why I didn't build a building for the sheep farm just yet. That is going to be a later project of mine at some stage. I don't know when I'll do that. I was hoping to use some of the new nether blocks for it, actually. Now, I know I'm not quite sure what I want to do with these villages just yet, though. But yeah, this cliff's face is going to have a few farms on there, as well as some ordinary buildings. I was thinking of building a library for the villagers. It's hello, Iron Golem. I've got to take care of him too, or he's going to kill me, like the other ones might have done. There's always an Iron Golem problem. And I'd also think I might build a lighthouse on the edge there somewhere. I think that might be cool. I think this has turned out really well. Like, I've transformed the entire thing. My footprint has left its mark on this world. Now's the time to make it deeper. Unfortunately, there's no easy way up from this side either. Like, I have to jump up a few blocks, so I'm gonna have to do some more landscaping at some point. Like, the cliff just sort of ends and then there's no way up. I have to jump up from here and miss. Right, let's try that again. Come on. There we go. Okay. So, I was thinking of having a path going around here. Well, I said that last time. But, so I made sure to give me lots of space, to give myself lots of space there. And it's going to run along, like, the edge of the cliff, I think. And then here in the wool farm, I think I'd like to use some of the new nether blocks, which means I can't decorate it until the nether update. But that's what I want to use. Like, I really want to use the new wood types, because I think they look really, really cool. I'm sure a lot of you agree. The sort of like veins running up the logs, it's awesome. I love it. Oh, I dream for those blocks. but there's no way I'm opening this world in a snapshot. So many things could go wrong. Things even went wrong in my creative test world when I was checking out one of them. I I /killed myself and soft locked everything because there was a respawn glitch with that current snapshot, and yeah, that was awkward. But yeah, this farm is wearing away bit by bit. I just wish it was faster, but there's nothing I can do about that. But I've got all of these extra chests, and what that means is I'm actually gonna need a lot more hoppers than I currently own. Because what I want to do is have more extensive storage for this farm. Because I know this farm's just going to run, and eventually the double chest above is just going to fill up, and I'd quite like to just forget about it for a while. So that's my plan. I'm going to have to get more hoppers, and eventually replace the dirt blocks beneath the chests with them. And I'm also thinking that I need to dye these glass blocks at some point, but I just don't have the dyes for it at the moment. Well, I think I have the dyes, but I just don't think I have enough of them. Maybe when I have a proper dye farm that I'll sort that out. It would be good to be able to colour coordinate everything other than just this wool line on the bottom. But yeah, I think I was thinking of having more sheep modules just on the end here, and I was thinking of having them be light grey, green and brown, because they work great for the natural colours. Like, you can fit them in really well with dirt and stone and with grass. Go away, phantoms. And because of that, I need a lot of it for this build. So yeah, I might build some more sheep modules here, just so that I have a good enough stock of it, because that light grey wool ran out on me like twice during that time lapse earlier. It's not good enough. It's not good enough indeed. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoy how this farm has turned out so far. I think I'm going to have to make this the end of the episode though, because I've run out of well, it's a bit of a shorter episode, but I just don't have much more time this week, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to have to end here. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did enjoy, then I hope you return, and if you do return, then I guess I'll see you next time. So on that note, bye! Thank you for watching.